Hello students, let's start a capacitor topic. Capacitor. What is meant by capacitor? First let's discuss what is meant by capacitor. See, capacitor is nothing but an electronic device, we can say simply. Okay, and it consists of two plates which are placed close to each other but not touching each other. They will be having some little distance in between them. That may be of any conductor. See, these two plates made of a conductor of any material. Okay, means conducting material, nothing but they have to be placed close to each other. It means the distance between them should be very less. Okay, when compared to the dimensions of the plate, the distance between the plates should be less. Dimensions means, for example, if you take a rounded plate, the diameter of the plate should be very high when compared to the distance between the two plates. Okay, if you take a square plate whose side should be greater than the distance between the plates. This type of this type of structure we have to take and we have to keep in this manner. And now we have to give them some potential. Whenever we give the potential, the charges from one plate will move from this plate to another plate. Okay, due to that there will be some charge difference in between them. Due to the charge difference, we are going to observe the potential difference also. Okay, and capacitance we are going to find out in between these two plates. Okay, right. Let's see now how it will be. Capacitor is nothing but simply if you take a conductor like this. Okay, conductor of area A1 and this conductor of A2, like this we have taken. And now this one we are going to connect it to a battery. This one we will connect it to a battery. About battery we will discuss in the next chapter more clearly. Battery is nothing but the energy supplying device. From this we are going to get the potential difference. It will supply the potential difference V. Due to this potential difference V, the electrons will move from this plate to this plate. Then obviously this plate will become positively charged plate and this one will become negatively charged one, like this. How much positive charge here? Positive Q. How much negative charge here? Minus Q will be accumulated here. Here more number of electrons, here more number of positive charges we are going to observe in this case. This is nothing but called as capacitor, and the distance between the two plates is considered as small d. Okay, the conductors should be of any shape. These two are like plate-like structures. We have to consider like that. Okay, right. Now let's consider let's take a capacitor like this. Capacitor is going to be symbolized, or the symbol for capacitor is this one. Sometimes they may mention like this also. Okay, like this, or simply two parallel lines can be used to mention the capacitor. Capacitor will have the capacitance C, that is equals to Q by V. How this one came? Let's see now. Let's consider two plates like this, and we have connected these two plates to a battery in this manner. As the current V is moving in this direction, this is a circuit diagram. You can understand about the circuits more in future classes. Here, as you connect to a battery, the current will move from here to here, and in the opposite directions electron will be moving. In this because of that reason, we are going to observe electrons are negative charge on this plate, and here positive charges we are going to observe on this plate. Here plus Q and here minus Q charge formed here, and the distance between them is small d. Right. Now capacitance of this plate is C. capacitance of this plate is C, right? Here whatever the charge that we are getting here, it is directly proportional to voltage. Means how much voltage you are supplying here, to that voltage the accumulation of the charge is depending. In this manner, if you wanted to keep constant Q is equals to CV, we will keep, okay, and C is equals to Q by V. This constant C is called capacitance, okay. C equals to Q by V. In this manner we will see this one. And now units for capacitance. And capacitance is measured in farad. One farad is equals to, see in this, from this equation we can get Q means charge is measured in coulombs. 1 coulomb per 1 volt. 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb per 1 volt. But 1 farad is a very big unit. In general, for capacitors we will use microfarads as a basic unit to solve so many problems, and also in real life also in microfarads only we are going to do the problems. We are going to solve the circuits or whatever it may be in microfarads only, right? Let's discuss the calculation of capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Alright, now we are going to calculate the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Let's consider two plates like this. Two plates of identical shape and size placed at a distance small d, where small d is comparatively smaller than the dimensions. Okay, dimensions of the plate, and the area of the plate is A. Both the plates will have area A only, and they are connected by a battery. Let's consider like this: they are connected by a battery, and it is supplying a voltage V. Okay, due to this voltage V, we are going to observe here the positive charge plus Q, and here minus Q. Plus Q and minus Q charge we are going to observe on this. General formula for this one is C is equals to Q by V, means the capacitance of this capacitor is equals to Q by V. But we have to find C is equals to something in terms of the area of this one and the whatever the material medium that we have kept in between the two plates. In that manner we have to find. For that, let's start doing the derivation. Alright, now let's consider two parallel plates like this. Now we are considering two parallel plates in this manner, which are separated by a distance small d. One is a positively charged plate and another one is negatively charged plate. Okay, one is positive charge Q, another one is negative charge minus Q. Alright, now the separation in between them is small d. Alright, now we have given some voltage V, all those things, right? Now we need to find out the capacitance of this one C, the capacitance of this parallel plate capacitor we need to find out. See, the total area of the plate is A. This side A and that also A only. Area of the plate is capital A. Plate names, let's give plate name A and B like this. Now let's consider a Gaussian surface like this. Here I have considered a Gaussian surface in this manner. A cylindrical Gaussian surface I have considered. Here this circular area I am considering as delta A here and delta A dash. Both are of same size only, but one assumed Gaussian surface or area is there inside the plate A and one is in between the A and B. In the gap it is there. And one thing we have to remember, the gap between the plates doesn't have anything, means no air medium or no water medium or nothing is there in between these two plates. Vacuum is present. Okay, right. It means here permittivity of free space we have to use simply. Alright, now this is delta A and this is delta A dash. Here if you see carefully, three surfaces we are going to observe. One surface, two, and the curved surface. See the flux through all these surfaces, let's examine now. Here the flux through this curved surface means the curved surface area of the cylinder. Through the curved surface area of the cylinder doesn't have any type of electric field going into that. Means if you see the electric field direction, that is in this manner. And the curved surface areas perpendicular is in this direction, means which is perpendicular to the board, this particular board. And the angle between the area vector of this curved surface as well as the electric field is 90 degrees. If it is so, integral EDS, phi is equals to integral EDS, we already know. Integral E bar dot ds bar. As the angle between them is 90 degrees, phi is equals to 0. 0 for this curved surface. Okay. And also phi is equals to 0 for this delta A dash also. Because delta A dash we have assumed inside the plate or conductor. That is the reason. For this also phi is equals to 0. For the curved surface area, phi is equals to 0. And now what is remaining? Just delta A is remaining. Now delta A's aerial vector and also E both are making an angle 0 degrees to each other. That's why simply we can write phi is equals to integral EDS cos theta. Cos 0 is 1 only. EDS we can write. Now phi is equals to integral E ds. Here let's keep E like this only. E means electric field producing by the plates. Now ds, integral ds, that is here ds represents delta A only simply, or else we can write here integral E delta A also, no problem. Integral E delta A like this. Here if you consider the flux through the hole, then integration we need to use. Now let's consider only the flux through this Gaussian surface. Flux through Gaussian surface if you consider. Flux through Gaussian surface if you consider, integration is also of no need. Flux through the Gaussian surface is equals to E delta A. Flux through Gaussian surface is E delta A. Right. We have found the flux. Now according to Gauss formula, phi is equals to integral E bar dot ds bar is equals to q inside by epsilon naught. This one already we know, Gauss formula. From this already we found this one, that is equals to EdA. And what is the q in by epsilon naught? Right. To find the value of q in means charge enclosed in the Gaussian surface, means in this Gaussian surface how much charge is there, means how much amount of charge is going to be enclosed in that. Means for example, if you project this one here, in this area, in this particular area, how much amount of charge is there? That one we need now. Right. The total charge is Q and the total area is A. That's why surface charge density sigma is equals to Q by A. Alright. But here according to the Gaussian surface, here how much charge we are considering is delta Q, let's suppose. And the area is delta A. That is also is equals to sigma. If so, delta Q is equals to sigma delta A is equals to delta Q, right? This equation we got now. Then we can substitute this one. Delta Q is equals to sigma delta A. What is sigma again? Q by A. Total charge by area, right? That one we will substitute here. That is equals to phi is equals to, here we can consider pi g also. Pi g means through the Gaussian surface, we can consider in this manner. And now pi is equals to Q in by epsilon naught is there. What is Q in? Sigma delta A by epsilon naught. Sigma delta A by epsilon naught. What is phi A? Phi A is equals to E delta A from the first equation is equals to sigma. What is sigma? Q by A epsilon naught delta A. Delta A and delta A gets cancelled. E is equals to Q by A epsilon naught we will get. That's it. This is the electric field. This is the electric field value, right? E is equals to Q by epsilon naught into A, where A is the area of the parallel plate capacitor. Right, electric field we found, but we want to find the capacitance C. Right, after finding electric field, let's find capacitance. For finding capacitance, we need to find voltage, means V. V also we need to find here. V is equals to, this is V plus and this is V minus. That is V plus minus V minus. That is equals to minus integral of, the limits are from A to B. A to B distance is small d. It means the limits are from 0 to d. As we are taking here minus symbol, we can take from d to 0. Okay, because we are considering from this side to this side. If you consider from that side, from here to there, directly we can take d to 0 and no need of minus sign. Right, like this we have considered 0 to d. Fine. Now E into dr, means r represents the distance between the plates. Okay, changing the distance between the plates, integral E bar dot dr bar. And the dr's minimum length is 0, maximum length is d. Okay, in this case it is maximum, it is minimum. But if you remove minus, actually finally d is the main criteria. That is equals to Ed. What is E? E is nothing but Q by A epsilon naught. That is Qd by A epsilon naught we got. Right, V value we got in this manner. Now we need to find out the capacitance. Just before we have discussed about C. C is equals to Q by V. Now in this equation we will substitute this V value. Then we will get, or else Q we will shift this side, A epsilon naught this side and D to this side. That is C is equals to A epsilon naught by D. Epsilon naught A by D is the capacitance value. Capacitance equals to area of the plates into epsilon naught, means permittivity of the free space. For example, if you have kept some medium, dielectric medium there epsilon naught will be removed and we are going to keep some dielectric constant K like that, and we will find the relative permittivity and we will substitute there by D. D means the distance between the plates. It means as the distance increases, capacitance decreases. Right, that's it. C is equals to A epsilon naught by D. That's it now. Spherical. Let's discuss calculation of capacitance of a spherical capacitor. let's consider a spherical surface like this and another concentric spherical surface inside, and now the radii are r1 and r2, and let's consider another one Gaussian surface whose radii is small r. This is the thing we have considered now. Fine. Now if you maintain some potential V in between these two plates, on this plate we will get a positive charge plus Q, on this plate we will get negative charge minus Q, obviously. Alright, now electric field on this Gaussian surface and as well as potential we will find. After finding that, we are going to find the capacitance. Right. First let's try to find now flux through the Gaussian surface. Phi is equals to integral E bar dot ds bar, we already know, and here directly integral E ds we can write, because this is radially going outwards, that's why angle is 0 degree, that's why E ds simply will come. That is phi is equals to E into total area of the Gaussian surface. Integral ds is S. S means surface area of the Gaussian surface, that is 4 pi small r square. That's all. Phi value we got now. And but according to the Gaussian formula, phi is equals to integral E bar dot ds bar is equals to Q by epsilon naught. Enclosed Q enclosed by epsilon naught. We know already this one. Then here Q means the charge which is there on this. Alright. Then just now we found E of 4 pi r square is equals to Q by epsilon naught. It means the electric field on this, the electric field passing through the Gaussian surface, E is equals to Q by 4 pi r square epsilon naught we got simply. Right. E is equals to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Fine. Now we need to find the voltage. Right. What is voltage? V is equals to integral E bar dot dr. Okay, E bar dot, simply dV by dr is equals to, like this, E into dr, and the limits are from here r to here. Let's keep r1 because we are going from here to there. Okay, we are thinking this is minimum and we are going inside. That is the reason, because we kept a minus symbol. That's why. And V is equals to minus of E value. Okay, integration. Here R1 and here R2. E value just now we found Q by 4 pi r square epsilon naught. Let's keep that one. Q by 4 pi r square epsilon naught into dr. That is V is equals to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into integration of 1 by r square dr. 1 minus 1 by r square. Okay, dr, and here r2, here r1. That's it. Then that is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught integral r2 to r1 minus dr by r square is there. Then we will get here directly 1 by r2 minus 1 by r1, like this. Then this one we can write as, this is equals to Q of, okay, here minus sign is there. Alright, here right here outside we brought here minus sign. That's why if you shift this one to inside, this minus sign if you shift inside, then here we will get r2 minus r1 divided by r1 r2 4 pi epsilon naught. This is the value of V. Q of r2 minus r1 into r1 r2 by r1 r2 into 4 pi epsilon naught. Alright, V value we found. But we want to find the value of C. C is equals to Q by V. C is equals to Q by V. From this equation only we can find the value of K. Let's shift Q to this side, or else remaining all terms to that side and V to this side. Q q by v it will become. That is C is equals to, simply from that equation, R1 R2 4 pi epsilon naught divided by R2 minus R1. This is the value of C. C is equals to R1 R2 4 pi epsilon naught by R2 minus R1 we got. That's it. This is for a spherical plate capacitor whose radii are R1 and R2. For example, if the sphere is isolated, it means the second sphere, means the outer sphere, is at the distance infinity. If it is at the distance infinity, it means R2 is equals to infinity. Simply we have to substitute R2 value infinity in this equation only directly. If you keep here infinity, it will become R1 simply. Then for isolated sphere, we will get, for isolated sphere, it means the second one is at infinity, means R2 is equals to infinity. Let's substitute infinity from directly here. If you keep here infinity, this term whole it will become 0. That is V is equals to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, simply R1. V is equals to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R1 came. Then you shift this one to this side and V to this side. Then we will get 4 pi epsilon naught R1 is equals to Q by V is equals to C. This is for an isolated sphere. Isolated sphere means here we are considering the gap between them is very high, or else the second one is at infinite distance. The second one is at infinite distance, means second sphere is at infinite distance. At that time 4 pi epsilon naught R1 we are going to get like this. And now another one, if you consider R1 and R2 are very big, and if you consider this one as a parallel plate capacitor type, it means if you cut this section and if you see, if it is very big, these two will appear like a parallel lines. This curve and this curve will appear like a parallel lines. Then it will appear like a parallel plate capacitor. It means in that situation, and R1 and R2 should be nearly same. R1 and R2 should be nearly same. In such a situation, R2 minus R1 is equals to D. In such a situation, we can rearrange this formula, or else we can change this formula in this manner. That is equals to R1 and R2 are very big. They are of infinite. R1 is infinite and R2 is also infinite. Okay. But in general, R2 is bigger and R1 is smaller comparatively. But at infinite distance, as if they are going, that is the reason we can consider they both are of same. Then we can say R square, simply R square, 4 pi epsilon naught divided by R2 minus R1, the distance between them is small d. And here if you consider R square 4 pi is area, surface area of the plate, 4 pi R square, that is A epsilon naught by D. C is equals to A epsilon naught by D. This is nothing but parallel plate capacitor case. Before case, what we have found, this one only. C is equals to A epsilon naught by D. This is the first case. Here what we have done, simply we have considered R values are very big. If R values are very big, the surface of this one will be considered as a plate, like a normal plane plate we can consider, not like a spherical surface. Okay. In such a situation, C is equals to A epsilon naught by D we will get, which is equals to parallel plate capacitor. This is all about calculation of capacitance of spherical capacitor as well as parallel plate capacitors. That's it. Now let's discuss about calculation of capacitance of cylindrical plate capacitor. Now we are going to consider a cylindrical capacitor. Right. Let's consider cylindrical surfaces like this. we have considered a cylindrical surface. Inside another small cylindrical surface we considered, whose radii are here to here. We can take R1, and from here to here let's take R2. In this present situation also we will consider a Gaussian cylinder, Gaussian cylindrical surface whose radii is small r we will consider. Like this, same like before cases only, here also first we need to find the flux passing through this. Now inside one is charged with plus q, and outside cylinder is charged with minus q. Let's keep like this. Now again phi is equals to integral E ds, where ds is the small area, means we can consider this curved surface area. Here again we are going to observe three types of areas. One is this one, and another is this circle. Okay, first circle, second circle, another curved surface, this curved surface. Right, in first case, means in parallel capacitor case, we have considered the flux passing through this curved surface is 0, but here it is not like that. Here the flux passing through these circular areas only 0, because see this is a cylindrical charge. It means here electric field is going out radially in x-axis. Okay, in all x and y-axis we can consider, not in z-axis. Right, that is the reason here only curved surface area will help us. It means here if you consider this length is L, and this radius is small r. All right, now that is phi is equals to, means about the Gaussian surface if you are finding, phi is equals to integral E into ds. See here 90 degrees it is making, that is the reason, means electric field is going like this, and the aerial vector of this curve is also in this manner radially outside, and angle between them is 0. That's why directly integral E ds we can consider simply. That is phi is equals to E into area of this total cylinder also we can take, or else simply this length one we can consider. That is area, E into area of this curved surface. This curved surface area we want, that is equals to E into length into breadth. What is the length? If you cut this one cylinder in this manner and if you open it, clearly it will become a rectangle. Okay, the length of this rectangle will be equals to the perimeter of the circle. The perimeter of circle is 2 pi r into breadth, that is L. 2 pi r into L we got. This is phi is equals to, all right. And now we need to find the value of E also. After that V, after that C we can find. Next, phi is equals to Gaussian formula we are taking, integral E bar dot ds bar is equals to Q by epsilon naught. That is integral E bar dot ds bar, means on the Gaussian surface only we are finding. That's why simply this one we found just now, that is E into 2 pi r L, that is equals to Q by epsilon naught. Q inside, I mean here Q inside. Q represents the total charge on this. Okay, but here on this L how much it is there we have to find. See, for example, if you consider here the total length is x. If you consider the total length is x, then this length is L. Then according to that we have to share this charge. This is like a line charge. Then we can share accordingly to this one. That is line charge density lambda is equals to total charge Q by total length x. That is equals to that enough charge delta Q. Okay, or Q in also we can say, Q in, Q enclosed in the Gaussian surface, Q in by how much length? L. That is totally you wanted to find Q in the form of Q by x into L. That is Q inside is equals to QL by X. We can consider this one here. That's it. Now here in the place of Q in, we can write QL by X epsilon naught. That's it. That is L and L will get cancelled. Alright, then E of 2 pi r. Okay, E is equals to Q by 2 pi r x into epsilon naught, where x represents the total length of the cylinder. Fine. That is E value. After finding E value, we need to go for V value. V is equals to again same integral minus of, and the limits are from R2 to R1 E into dr, where R represents this length, Gaussian surface length. That one only we are considering here. That's it. Then V is equals to E value. Let's substitute. Here integration simply R2 here and R1 minus we are removing out. Then E value is Q by 2 pi r x epsilon naught into dr. Fine. Whatever the things which are common, we will bring them aside. Let's do the calculation here. That is V is equals to Q by 2 pi r x integration of limits R2 to R1 1 by r dr. That is V is equals to Q by 2 pi r x. Right, we know already 1 by r integration, that is log r, 1 by divided x of log x 1 by x, then integration of 1 by x it will be log x, that is log r will come, and the limits are from R2 to R1. Okay, R1 to R2. That is V is equals to Q by 2 pi r x into log of R2 minus log of R2 by R1, it will come simply log R2 by R1. This is the value. After finding the value of V, we need to find the value of C. C is equals to Q by V is equals to Q by V. It means 2 pi r x divided by log of R2 by R1. Log you can write, or ln you can write. Here base E, base is E we are considering simply. C is equals to Q by V is equals to 2 pi r x by log of R2 by R1. This is for a cylindrical capacitor. Cylindrical capacitor. See, this is exactly appearing like a cylindrical capacitor. Here if you see carefully, inside one orange colored is this one positive charge plus Q, and this blue colored one if you consider here, that one as a minus Q simply, and we have done the calculation for this whole. C is equals to Q by V log of 2 pi r x by log of R2 by R1. That's right. Here 2 pi r. Alright, here r is not necessary. Already we have done with r, no? Right. R we have to remove. 2 pi x, simply 2 pi x. 2 pi x by log of R2 by R1 we got here. Simply r we have done integration. Okay, here also no need r. 2 pi x 1 by r into dr. That's it. Right. See, capacitors can be combined in two forms, in two different connections. I mean, first one is series connection and second one is parallel connection. In series connection, the capacitors are going to be connected in this manner, like this, to any battery. Like this, different capacitors of different capacities C1, C2 and C3 are C. Total 3 are of same. Also we can consider. In this manner, if you consider that is a series connection and parallel connection. See, parallel connection means they appear as if they are lying parallel whenever they are connected to the circuit. Okay, this is a battery, this is capacitor C1, C2 and C3 capacitance. Okay, this is nothing but called parallel connection and this is a series connection. And now combinedly also they can ask, so many different types of connections also will be available. It means, for example, the connection is like this. This type of connection is also available. This is a mixed connection, we can say. Mixed. This is a mixed connection. About these mixed connections we will study in circuit theories, and in this present topic also we will study about this mixed connection and how to solve such type of circuits we will see. Okay, these are all actually called circuits. Capacitance circuits. Here 3 capacitors used, 3 here 2, 4 capacitors are used, and in this situation if you see these two are in series connection and these are in parallel connection, we can say simply like this, but that is a mixed connection whole. Alright, about these things we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.